So here's our bounty for the first day of mini season. Let me introduce you to my friends, the spiny lobsters. Got my full 6 limit. Turned out to be a fairly easy day, but that's the general for the first day of mini season, especially on the Gulf side. Basically, I just did 3 dives. Each hole that I hit had a couple of lobsters. Didn't have to measure any of these. They were definitely to size. Only found a couple of borderlines ones that I didn't even mess with. So it was a pretty quick and easy day. So that is going to be what's on the menu for the next couple days. Not sure if I'm going to go out tomorrow or not. We'll have to see how it is. It's pissing down rain, so it might be a little hard to hear me, but I'm going to go ahead and clean these out, which means just basically just wringing the tails off the head and disposing the head. I'm not a soup guy or going to put that much work into it, so I'm just going to keep the tails, and I've just got a couple recipes I'm going to do today, then a couple tomorrow, and a couple after that, until we don't want any more lobster. So let's get to cleaning. Alright, so first guy, basically just get it, twist, and pull. There you go. And this is just basically the tail, and that's all the edible parts. And it just leaves the guts on the inside. So you're really not missing much. There's some little meat on the inside rings there, but like I said, some people might be hardcore and do soup, but I've got the main part of it right here. Now when I got most of it. So with these lobster tails, I think I'll just do maybe a lobster or 2 a day. Just different recipes and just throw those in there. So I think we'll use this one today. For this first one, we're just going to do a very simple pan sear. Easy as you can get. I'm going to just split it down the middle so it cooks a little bit easier. And it exposes the flesh and makes it easier to eat. To do that, I'm just going to flip it over. Just going to start it by just doing it in sections. Right down the belly. Breaking through each one of these spines. Flip it over. Follow that same pattern. Break it up there. Same thing. Find a little weak spot in the joint. And bust it. Flip it over. Find the joint. Oop. Right up the middle. Okay, and then we've got our 2 pieces ready to go. Seasoning wise, we're going to make it very basic, just salt and pepper, and really not too much. And it's ready to go. And for our pan-seared lobster, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of salted butter. I have 1 garlic clove I split in half and crunched, and then some rosemary. Now we've got our pan preheated there with a little bit of olive oil in it, so I'm going to drop the butter. Get that melted down. Now that that butter's nice and hot, I'm going to throw in our garlic chunks, our rosemary. Just keep those flavoring up that butter a little bit. And we're just about ready to throw in that lobster. You can really smell the rosemary and the garlic. So now we can go ahead and drop our lobsters in there. Let those cook down a bit. Just going to keep that moving around a bit. Give them a quick flip here. Let that go for a minute or two. Now we can use some of that juice and just make sure that it stays nice and moist. Get that garlic on top there. The rosemary's breaking up really nicely. Keeps it nice and moist. Definitely infuses that butter everywhere, especially with that garlic. Keep rotating it around. Nice. That's pretty much done. Okay, these look good, so we're gonna take these off. Plate them up. Now you may be wondering, oh, what do you do with all the butter, with all this stuff? Got a plan for that. So we've toasted some nice bread there. Now this is where we're going to utilize all of our nice juices here. And use that for the bread, especially the garlic. Just like that. Alright, we've got all of our components for our feast. Starting with the star of the show, we've got our lobsters halved, broiled in butter or pan fried in butter. Went ahead and just did a little bit of fettuccine. And of course I used the extra butter and garlic and spices on some toasted bread. So let me just put it all together and you can see what the meal is. There you go, the first meal of the mini lobster season. Let's pull this lobster meat out. Just like fish, when it's fresh like this, you don't need to overcook it. Still nice and juicy. Nice. Well, that's lobster mini season for you in a nutshell. Pretty fun, very interesting. I would highly recommend it. It's a difficult time period to get down here in those 2 days because it's extremely popular. I think they said something like 30,000 people or something like that were taking advantage of it. And I think they came out in a newspaper article that it averages out to about $1,100, $1,200 for the couple to come down here on an average lobster mini season trip, towing a boat, staying in a hotel, going out to eat a couple times, and then all the fuel and stuff like that. So I think they came out to, I think, $47 per lobster. So this is a $100 meal right here. But like I showed on the video, it's pretty fun, it's interesting, it's a challenge, it's like hunting. So like I said, definitely highly recommend it if you could fit it in. Let's give this guy a shot here. I mean, I really can't think of a better way to do lobster than kind of in butter. So moist with that butter. It's so good. It's so good, so rich. I feel bad for people that can't have this, but then again, I don't have it too often during the year. But it is some good stuff.
And I was really looking forward to the bread. Little garlic, infused, buttery lobster juices. Yeah, it's good. Ah. What a way to kick off the first lobster meal. So I'm going to try to sprinkle in about maybe a lobster meal per video here. So I'll just sprinkle them in as I get them. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you maybe entice you to come down to try the mini lobster season, or like I said, in 2 weeks the main season opens, and then it's just a free-for-all after that as well. But the mini season is like the guaranteed time when you're going to find them, even though you don't know what you're doing. That's your best shot. After these 2-day mini season, it kind of wipes things out inshore. So you really have to work for it, and it becomes a lot more challenging. And then as it starts cooling off, those lobsters start evacuating, so it even becomes even more difficult. But if you can make it, definitely try. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.